My name is Nicoletta Dentico. I lead the Global Health Justice Program at Society for International Development, and I have a long experience with the UN circles, with the UN arena, with the activities of civil society organizations in the global sphere. First with disarmament and now with the global health issues. And I realize how civil society today is, in a way, in the dire straits. There are so many impending risks on our activities, on the reason of our existence, and the meaningful action that we can exercise in different fora, be it at the UN, be it in national context or regional context, even at the local level. In fact, the best expressions of society today emerge at the local level with human rights defenders, those that are actually striving to protect their communities, to defend their lands. There is so much courage there that doesn't come here at the UN buildings, where civil society has been tamed largely, has been co-opted largely, has been, in a way, accommodated to theatrical representation of multilateralism. But this is a market multilateralism where civil society loses because there are no ground rules. Today, civil society is also the private sector. And I talk about the private sector. It's not just the corporate sector and their associations, but it is also the philanthropic companies, big philanthropic foundations, whose financial power trickles down into legal power, into control, into undue influence in policy making. So this is a great risk for civil society at all levels, even for human rights defense. We are at a very crucial moment. We are coming from a pandemic that has shaken the world. We are in a world of flames where it is clear that international law is not respected, is not applied, and it seems that even the international organizations and the UN is in a kind of impotence. How can we recover the power of international law? It's up to us. It's up to civil society. It's up to those who are closest to the reality of people and communities in the ground. Those who are even more expert than governments when it comes to human rights, global health, disarmament, climate, you name it. Civil society studies a lot. We do a lot of research. We have a lot of figures and data. We know the names and the surnames of the people that actually bring their advocacy for justice. We are in a unique position to bring back the reality of this world into these big rooms of the UN, where principles like solidarity, equity, transparency, accountability have been forgotten, have been lost. I believe that in order for us to do so, there is a long way. The reclaiming of the UN, the reclaiming of this space where we are now, which, let's never forget it, is the place that is the cradle of international law. For us to bring the UN to the communities, even to the countries and the communities, there is a long way ahead of us. And it's a very difficult way ahead of us. Why? Because we need to come together. We need to get out of our silos, of our, disciplinary professional sectors. We need to get out of that cage. We need to realize that, like in nature, everything is interconnected. My work on health is certainly connected with the work on food systems, with climate, with finance, with everything else. We are interconnected, and our work needs to be interconnected. This allows us to work better at the community level, at the national level, at the regional level, but even at the global level where we are now. And also, we must understand that for us to be defending and to regain the UN, we must link up to societies again. This is not a problem for human rights defenders because they are connected to their own communities, but this is certainly a problem of the civil society organizations that work with the UN. Because we are in these rooms, we work here, no one sees us, no one knows what we are doing. Societies don't see us, and this is going to diminish our relevance because of the asymmetry of power, which makes civil society organizations easily co-opted financially, bureaucratically, and as someone was saying, also through visa concessions and all of this. We need to organize a global campaign to reclaim the UN together and go back to the people, because the strength of our constituency stays with the people. And let's not forget, the chart of the UN starts with we, the people of the UN. That's where our strength is. Therefore, we need parliamentarians, we need the media, we need societies to see that we are working for good and not for our own little gains, little solutions, little pragmatism in international agenda that is actually not going in the good direction, that is not going into that sustainable development that has promised, but which we see today is completely failing. We need to change route, we need to change directions, and that's only the people that can make it.